Hey, what's up, good people? It's Rob Lee. I made a video about this case back in April of 2017, May of 2017. I made numerous videos about it, and all the videos were censored. I received a couple strikes. I even got suspended once, and the videos were removed. And this has to do with a case taking place in England. And what this video is about Tommy Robinson. And for those of you who are Tommy Robinson fans, all I'm asking is that you look at this from a different perspective. And maybe by the end of the video, maybe you will see it from a different angle, and it may help you in your understanding of what's really going on. Everybody knows, I guess, well, most everybody, it's received worldwide attention that Tommy Robinson has been arrested for potentially hindering a criminal case while streaming an hour-long Facebook live video outside of the courthouse during a rape trial. Now, at the time, the jury was in the process of considering their verdicts after hearing evidence for 6 weeks. The judge had previously imposed restrictions against Robinson over fears that by his involvement that he could hinder the outcome. Now, the story goes that Tommy Robinson, age 35, whose real name is Stephen Yaxley Lennon, has been allegedly jailed for 13 months after he was found guilty of breaching British contempt of court laws. Now, what does it mean? Is it real? And what's the purpose of this ploy by the powers that be? Well, let me address that for you. And for that sound that you hear in the background, I'm by the window and it's raining. It's absolutely beautiful. For those who are awake, we will understand it. And for those who are asleep, you're not going to comprehend it. But I hope that maybe some of you may at least attempt to see it from a different view. For those who have the gift of discernment, we understand who the enemy is and why the enemy is coming against us in these times. But it's the Almighty Father himself, the one true creator, who is setting up this entire earth and the vast majority of its inhabitants to receive their final punishment. And folks, it's going to be far more worse than most can imagine on their most creative day. None of you can dare call me pro-Muslim. You just can't do it. I've made 50 videos on Islam. I've been suspended, received strikes, simply for telling the truth. I've never hated or incited hatred against Islam. I've simply told the truth about their beliefs and their behavior. That's it. So spare me any rhetoric before we even get started about my being pro-Islam or anti-Jewish. I'm pro-Jesus Christ. Do you copy me? Islam is a problem in the UK and so many other countries. However, I've always told you that the two most dangerous questions that you can possibly ask are who and why. Who and why. It takes power, money, and resources and intelligence to bring this many Muslims to your shores. Now, who could possibly be doing that? Bankers, people, international Babylonian bankers. Now, this staged event of Tommy Robinson is to make you protest, complain, and it will absolutely accomplish nothing. Your complaining won't mean nothing, but it is meant to break you. The system is mocking you and setting you up to be stripped of every right that you have left, and quite frankly, that isn't much. The court date and the trial were very real, but after that, it was a staged event to take your rights. Now, Tommy Robinson is a former English Defense League leader, and he's an admitted Zionist. And he's been working for the right-wing, rebel media-owned Zionist Ezra Levant. The ploy here is to make you think that good old Tommy is going to prison for fighting the good fight. The reality is this, people. The forces behind Tommy Robinson orchestrated this dance. Now the precedent has been set in the United Kingdom and soon in the United States that you cannot criticize the Babylonian system in any manner. And if you do, you'll go to jail. Or maybe the system will take your money, which will keep you from buying and selling, able to feed yourself, clothe yourself. Maybe they'll take your job. Maybe they will place travel restrictions on you, threaten your medical care, your medicine, and even your source of electricity, heating, and cooling. This is not a game, people. This is not a game at all. The goal is to silence you or bring you to the forefront. Bring the dissenters to the forefront. Do you understand? So they can be visible. This This particular incident will elicit a social media response by the millions, and this is what it will do. They want you to complain and lose hope when you know that not a damn thing is going to change. Two, they want you to be afraid to speak either in public or on social media. They want you to live in fear and toe the beast system line. Three, they want some folks to be violent and take to the streets in militant fashion. This uprising will be quickly squashed, and this will incite more fear when folks see that not a damn thing can be done. Are you getting this? Good. Because I'm tired of repeating the same knowledge over and over. Not information, but knowledge. It's time that we start remembering these things, folks. Now, I've been telling you for a year through video after video what's going on, how it's going to happen. I've shown you the numbers, how to spot the lies. It's all coming together. Now, in the United States, with House Resolution 4918, and with these little incidents scattered abroad like Tommy Robinson, what's being set up here is that they are going to restrict your ability to speak, okay? And then this will be turned toward Christianity, patriots, nationalists, and Jesus Christ. Trust me, this is exactly what's going to happen. That ring is incredibly beautiful, isn't it? Tommy Robinson is controlled opposition, okay? He received 13 months. Now, for those who follow my channel, we know well that the 13th month sentence was the red flag. It's the 1/3, is in 33 and 1/3 from the Holy Scriptures. It's reported that 500,000 people, folks, signed a petition to free Tommy. And millions more are protesting via their keyboard, and some will even take to the streets. These same people will not give 1/100th of that same energy to Jesus Christ, but they will give it to an enemy of Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, people, the Almighty Creator is going to shake this world, and he's going to break people off in the teeth. The devil and his family are working both sides in this choreographed dance of serpents. Robinson is simply a Zionist stooge and an actor, just like the other actors, Alex Jones, Paul Joseph Watson, Mark Dice, Britton First, Lauren Southern, David Icke, the faces of the alternative right movement. The Zionist frontman in the United States, Donald Trump, and many more who are anti-Jesus Christ. They are shills who work for Babylon and its harlots. They are no different from the controlled opposition on the left, the insane anti-Jesus Christ liberals. They're no different. I've said it before and I'll say it again. They work together. The only difference between them is the manner in which they wish to enslave, destroy, and persecute us for the love of Jesus Christ. These monsters are the vessels that the one true Creator said in Romans 9:22 are created for destruction. They're fake as hell and shills. You hear me? They work for the devil himself. You say this is about Islam. No, it's not about Islam, people. It's about your ability to be silenced, your free speech, and this will turn into a war against Jesus Christ and his children. If you've watched this video, you've been warned, and on Judgment Day, you will be reminded of it. I have more work to do on my church project and building a website for the people of this channel to congregate and to worship. I promise it'll happen unless I quit breathing, and then a friend will take over from there. It's ChristJesusIsKing.com. Again, I did this video because of the many comments that I've received and emails about poor Tommy. Folks, Tommy lives very, very well, okay? He works for the devil. He eats well, he sleeps well, he lives well. He lives far better than we do. He won't do one day in jail. He's going to go away to a resort for 8 or 10 months, and then he will come back and he will be used again in this play. For those who want to criticize me, how about this? I challenge you. Ask yourself why none of these serpents, left or right, ever talk about the crimes committed by the people that they support. I dare you to answer me. Why does not your Tommy Lennon, your Alex Jones, or your Lauren Southern ever talk about the Zionist crimes, the Babylonian crimes against hundreds of millions of men, women, and especially children all over this earth? I'm going to close and I'm going to play 2 videos for you. These are the words of Tommy Robinson himself. Now listen to his words. He tells you about the lies. He tells you lies about the history of Israel that even Jewish scholars know are falsehoods and have been openly admitted. And notice how he cannot keep his serpent tongue in his mouth because they are cursed by the Almighty Father. And I've been showing you people this for a long time. And if you're not getting it by now, you probably are never going to get it. It's a curse. The flicking of the tongue is not a natural act that we do. It's a curse from the Almighty Father on them. May the Almighty Father bless each and every one of you in the name of the King of Kings, Jesus the Christ. My love to you all.
I got another question for you. I noticed you're wearing a shirt or a button that says "I'm a Zionist." What does a Zionist mean to you? What is a Zionist?
Well, a Zionist is someone who believes in a homeland for Jewish people. I believe.
My definition, when I've looked at that in the dictionary, is Israel first.
It means Israel first.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
It's just, yeah, fascinating. It's all so fascinating. The history, all the lie that we're told all the time about the Jewish people have come here and robbed this land. And then when you're going around the country and you're visiting all the historic sites of thousands of years old history of Jewish people living in this land and being exiled time and time again from the